Hello, this is Brian and Todd, the Good Morning Guys from K99 Radio, calling for Mr. Merle Haggard.
Well, you got Mr. Merle Haggard right now.
Well, I have to tell you first off, Merle, this is one of the highlights of my career. Todd and I have been doing this show together for 28 years here, and it has always been one of my dreams to get to interview you, and thank you for taking the time to visit with us, Merle. It is an absolute honor.
Well, thank you very much, and that's a great introduction there. Thank you.
Well, I tell you, there is not a person who does this for a living, whether they are a radio broadcaster in country music or a performer, who does not owe a debt of gratitude to you and the body of work that you have done, because the history of country music cannot be written without Merle Haggard. And what I love, Merle, is you are still writing chapters. This latest project you just did with Willie Nelson, Django, and Jimmy, absolutely fantastic work. Was this a lot of fun to do this project, Merle?
It really was. We've been contemplating it for about 3 years, and it finally came together real well.
Well, is Willie your favorite guy to work with?
I'd have to say so. I think he's probably the foremost in country music right now. He's the one everybody looks to, including me, and proud to work with him. And always fun. He's always surprising. He sang like he was a teenager.
And that's what I noticed on this record, too, is that you both just sound great, and it sounds like you really had a lot of fun with this project. And I tell you, the band is sounding great on this thing, too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, they'll appreciate that, and I'll tell him you said so.
Well, I know you've always been one. Do you love to still sit down and pick that guitar, Merle?
Oh, I still do. I don't play it enough, but I still love to do it.
Do you have a favorite guitar through the years that has been one that's by your side that you can always count on?
Randy Travis gave me a guitar about 25 years ago, a little R-O-S-E, a little Rose guitar, and I carry that Rose guitar everywhere I go.
Oh man, and we certainly wish the best for Randy. We want to see him recover, and it's just good to see him still out and about. Saw him make an appearance not long ago, and just always sad when you see bad things happen to people. And we certainly wish the best for Randy. And I tell you what, Merle, we are so excited that you are going to be here next Friday night for something called Bulls on the Beach. Now, this is a weekend of bull riding and country music. Now, through all the years that you've been performing, I'm sure you've done many a bull riding through the years, but have you ever actually gotten on one, Merle?
I was thinking about singing Okie from Muskogee while riding one of them.
We'd like that.
I would love to see that. So I'm going to take it as that hasn't been done yet, Merle.
In my shorts.
In your We're going to see more of the Hag than we planned on, aren't we? We are visiting with Merle Haggard this morning about the big show coming up Friday night, September 4th, Bulls on the Beach Rodeo right here in Windsor. And I have to tell you, Merle, when I was 7 years old was when I got my first Merle Haggard album. And I got a copy of the best of Merle Haggard. And it was a green album cover, and you were sitting on the front of that holding what I think was a little rat terrier dog.
A little toy fox terrier.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, because I always wondered what kind of dog it was, because I remember being 7 years old and listening to that album over and over, and I knew every song. And our neighbors had a little dog that looked like that, and now and then their dog would come up missing because I'd be sitting in their yard holding it, pretending I was you on the album cover.
I've had those kind of dogs ever since my dad bought me one when I was 3 years old, and I've had those fox terriers all my life. I got two of them now.
Do you really? What are their names?
Sally and Fanny.
Sally and Fanny. So you really are a fan of the fox terrier then. Was that your dog on that album cover?
Oh, yeah. I don't even remember which one it was. It might have been Tough Dog on there.
I was going through my album collection yesterday when I knew that I was going to get to interview you, and I was just curious if I still had that album, and there it was in all of its glory. And then I started looking at some old clips, and I think people forget you used to do some incredible impressions, Merle. These were things that I hadn't seen before, but man, you used to do a great Marty Robbins and Johnny Cash and all those. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Well, I learned how to do that when I was working the clubs in around Bakersfield and Las Vegas. We had to do all of those kind of songs, and I used to get a kick out of impersonating those guys.
You always did a great job. I'm one who I feel in my lifetime there have been certain singers. There's always been great vocalists, but there were certain people who just had the most beautiful voices I'd ever heard. And to me, three of them that stood out were Elvis Presley, Sam Cooke, and Marty Robbins. Was Marty one of the prettiest singers you had ever heard sing, Merle?
Well, he was probably one of the top three most influential singers on me, I guess. So it was easy for me to impersonate him because I'd been doing that for a long time.
There was something magical about that voice. And of course, did you ever imagine when you had been recording all these hits, Merle, that here, 40, even 50 years later, that there would be stadiums filled full of people singing every word of those songs? That has to make you feel like you've done good here in this life.
Well, the songs are a blessing. I have no idea why I was able to write those songs. They have taken on their own personality, and they have a popularity of their own, and they're almost like living creatures.
They truly are, and we cannot wait for all that to come to life. And I am just thrilled that you are still out there making great music. I saw you on the George Strait Farewell Tour when you came through Denver, and it was just a treat to get to see you then. And Merle, we cannot wait for Friday night, September 4th here in Windsor for the Bulls on the Beach Rodeo. It's an honor to have a few of your minutes to visit with you, and I can't wait to meet you in person, Merle.
Well, we look forward to it, and we'll see you there.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for the time, Merle.
Bye-bye.